Good morning. Good morning. We are live again. I am your host, Sunshine Fullenwinder, the CEO of Market Her Brand. We are a global women organization that focuses on empowering, elevating, educating, and equipping women in business and in life. We do this by providing a speaking platform event for entrepreneurs to come onto the platform to share about their business, to share about their passion, and most of all, to share about what they enjoy doing for the people they enjoy doing it for. That being said, if you are listening to this broadcast, then you want to definitely make sure that you get some note taking devices because there's going to be a lot of value that's going to make sure that you don't want to miss. You can keep track of all the great things that we're doing by visiting our website at marketherbrand.com. We are currently in the middle of 100 Women in Business Global Tour. This happened virtually. This will end around the end of December, and then we'll jump right into our conference. As you can see, we are entrepreneur women on the go, and we continue to grow. And so with that, please take time to get to know all the speakers that are part of this amazing tour. They'll definitely love to network with you. And most of all, you can connect to their network, and you can be able to also get the resources that you need to continue to climb up in your business and also in your career. Well, without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to People's Mystery as she speaks on how we can enjoy food and still be able to enjoy our workout as well. Without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to you.
Thank you for the introduction, Sunshine. It's wonderful to be here. I'm the creator of Weight Loss for Moms Who Love to Eat.com. I trust you can hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Oh, brilliant. It's great to see all of you today. Please drop a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me. It's great to be here. And this on the first screen is the best way to reach me. Is anyone curious to know what this fun food is and how you can eat this fun food and spend all that without spending all the hours in the gym? Please take lots of notes and screenshots of this information. The shopping experience. A couple of weeks after having my first baby, I had the opportunity to go shopping. The thought of being away from my tiny baby, all the cuddles, the kisses, was hard. But I liked the idea of having a bit of me time, not being prodded, pressed, or my hair pulled. To buy something nice just for me. I felt excited. I could go shopping. I imagined my favourite store. I could buy a new dress, a non-maternity dress, something that would make me look and feel feminine again. At the store, I walked a rack of beautiful dresses. The colours, the designs. I'm going to look great. It had only been a few weeks since baby, so I thought I'll try a dress 2 sizes bigger. After all, I was still breastfeeding. So I unzipped it and I stepped into the dress. I imagined myself in it, where I could go wearing it. I pulled it up and it stopped at my thighs. What? I couldn't get it up any further. It was stuck. I could see the hand of the exuberant shop assistant through the curtains of my dressing room. A dress hung off it. She lowered it, so I took the dress, I unzipped it, I stepped into the dress. It fit. Yay! It fit like a glove. It was so comfortable, and I was feeling happy and confident all over again. Gosh, it had been a while since I treated myself. I looked at myself in every angle of the mirror that surrounded me. It was beautiful and I loved it. And then I looked down and I saw the label. The price was fair, but the size, it was 5 sizes bigger than my pre-baby size. I took the dress off as quickly as I could and I sneaked it back on the rack avoiding the shop assistant as best I could. I was so embarrassed. So I got home, I ran upstairs, and I tried on my go-to favourite summer dress. This dress had always been a bit too big. It just had to fit. So I pulled it over my head, then my shoulders, but then it got stuck. Oh no, not again. I just couldn't believe it. So I peeled it off. I threw it to the floor. And then I looked in the mirror. But this time I really looked. I had gained more than just my baby belly bump. How did I ever let it get so bad? It was a hot Saturday evening in June. It felt sticky, lethargic, and just yuck. We had just gotten Ari into sleep. Then my husband, he gave me that look. As we walked to our bedroom, all my doubts of how I looked came back to me. My mind started to race. What night dresses could I possibly wear that would cover the most? I did not want to be seen with no clothes on. I'd started going for long walks in the morning with a friend of mine and our babies. She had a daughter who was a few weeks older than my son. This particular week, my in-laws were staying over. As usual, I got up early and got dressed. We were at the door and my baby was bundled up in his pushchair in his favourite blanket. And I'd just gotten my trainers on. Then my mother-in-law looked at me. I could feel her eyes on my back as she scanned me from head to toe. Then she stopped at my baby belly bump. She told me how she'd done it, how she'd lost the weight. Why was she telling me this? I'd never asked her for advice. It was relevant for her day, her upbringing in India. This was the year the iPhone was born. Times had changed. Those were her rules, her way, and I couldn't stand this type of judgment. I stormed out of the door with my baby, and I met my friend. She understood me. She was in a similar position. I needed help. I knew I couldn't lose the weight alone, or sustain the weight loss for that matter. So we started talking tactics. We discussed who we're going to subscribe to. We researched various experts and we studied several books. We were on a mission. We were going to look fit and fabulous. Most of my research discussed moving more and eating less. It felt completely unsustainable. So I had to find my own way. I wanted to eat more and move less. I wasn't about to live in the gym, and I certainly wasn't about to give up chocolate. I wanted to eat the fun food. I couldn't imagine eating brown rice and drinking water whilst everyone else ate delicious food at parties and family gatherings. All the flavours, the spices, the vegetables, the samosas. I was not about to miss out. So I used what I learned and I created my own way of losing baby belly bump. The weight had started to fall off. What the experts didn't tell me, I learnt through trial and error. My friends had given me lots of advice, but some didn't maintain their size, and others had just gotten bigger. I had to find out why. Having an accountancy background, I loved pulling data apart to find the real story behind the numbers and then explain it in simple terms to my audience. I wanted to make complex carbohydrates simple. I needed to find out what was supporting the weight loss and what wasn't. So I researched the information, analysed it, and then I pulled it together to tailor it for my friends and myself. I made complex carbohydrates simple to get the weight loss results we really wanted, but then to keep the weight off. What I discovered was that denying ourselves what we love and crave the most just was not sustainable. Plus, the impact of female hormones after a particular age did not support certain diets. Whilst I was pregnant, I craved starchy carbohydrates and chocolate. I did not want to give that up. I loved eating pasta, chapatis, and chocolate cake. So, would you like to know how I still enjoy a full meal and maintain my dress size? Well, it's a journey of 3 steps: mindset, classical carbohydrates, and movement. Since I've only have got a short time, I'll focus on classical carbohydrates and the impact on female hormones. Please do stay until the end to obtain details on how to download this information, plus a very special gift. Carbohydrates are a topic that people keep asking me about. And if you're a woman over 35, it's such a game changer. So, women's hormones are sensitive to energy availability. So, consuming too few calories or carbohydrates can impact hormonal balance. And this can cause weight gain and low mood. So, also, restrictive diets can increase cortisol levels. And cortisol is basically the stress hormone, or the hormone that causes us to feel stressed. Not only does cortisol direct fat to the stomach, but high levels can cause a breakdown of muscles. And this is terrible news because muscles burn calories. The right carbohydrates are great because not only do they keep us fuller for longer, but they help keep us energized. We are commonly told when we want to be healthy or lose weight to eat whole wheat carbohydrates, such as whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread, etc. But the issue here is the gluten. Whilst whole wheat is certainly healthier than white bread and white pasta, it's the gluten that can hinder digestion and disturb the gut lining. And as we get to 35, what I noticed on myself and also my friends is that we started to get the stubborn stomach area, which was a result of our digestion becoming more sluggish. So what is the answer? The key is to cut out the gluten from our classical carbohydrates. So choosing carbohydrates that are filling enough to keep our hormones as balanced as possible, whilst being easy to digest to keep the gut happy. And this way the weight starts falling off naturally. So a good example is to swap white rice for brown whole grain rice or quinoa. Another example is to eat whole grain rice cakes instead of bread, or protein pasta instead of whole wheat pasta. And there's more examples in the PDF in a special gift that I'm going to give you at the end of this talk. My baby was now 6 months old, and I'd lost an extra dress size, pre-baby belly bump. I was toned and healthier than I'd ever been. That summer dress is now a bit too big again, and I love shopping for clothes, not just shoes. I no longer feel horrified when my husband has that look, and we enjoy our weekends away and date nights. I'll never measure up in my mother-in-law's eyes, but I can live with that. So here are my details, and this is how you can contact me. And here is the QR code to download the carbs information that we discussed, plus a special recipe. So this is a special gift for my cheeky chocolate snack. Please do get in touch. Join me. I'd love to know if you've tried the recipe or the carbohydrates idea and what you think of it. And I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for listening.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for the value that you definitely brought in this presentation. And I know as entrepreneurs, we're consistently busy, and to really have to think about how to pick up something to eat at the last minute, to know that these foods are, you can still enjoy what you love, but being able to substitute it. I know you talked about a free gift that you'll have. Tell us a little bit about that.
So this is the free gift. Sorry, let me just share the slide. Oh, did it too fast? Can you see it? The slide. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry about this. I don't know why it's not sharing. Can you see it?
All right, give me one moment. I'm just going to bring her back on. We're going to wait one moment just to give her time to come back on. Thank y'all so much. I know y'all are loving the presentation. I know I am. So much value. And this is something that's so important to us because we know that our health is our wealth. So I definitely enjoy all the points that she is sharing and how we can incorporate into our life. And a lot of the foods and the different substitutes don't even seem quite expensive. So it's something we can definitely modify the next time we go grocery shopping. So that being said, I'm just going to give her a moment to jump back on. Here she is.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, try. You can try to bring it back or up again. Thank y'all so much for y'all patience and giving her time to get back on.
So slides and PDFs there. Okay, so oh, brilliant! It's there. Let me get to the last page. So there's two gifts here. So if anyone watching, you want to scan that barcode, and what it'll do is it'll take you to a couple of downloads. One is information about the classical carbohydrates, what I discussed on this talk, but also examples of what you can eat. So what I mean by that, the classical carbohydrates, so this is gift number one, is basically that a lot of people, I mean, Sunshine, have you heard of people like when they have celiac disease?
Wow, okay.
Like celiac. Or say a lot of people, when they get older, they find it really hard to digest gluten.
Yes.
But what happens is if we go to the stores and we start getting gluten-free food, what can happen is sometimes they put a lot of sugar, a lot of syrup and other horrible things in there. So it's not healthy. It sometimes becomes worse for you.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've given examples of carbohydrates that naturally don't have gluten.
Oh, okay.
And then the second gift is basically it's a cheeky chocolate snack. So it's just a recipe for a very, very quick snack. A chocolate snack that people can enjoy when they've got cravings, but it's not gonna give you that weight gain.
Awesome. Can you tell people how they can that being said, I think you have your contact information there. So that being said, if you're looking at the broadcast, please go ahead and take down contact information and connect with Coach Pickles. She's in a network and organization where she's actually one of our lead when it comes to health, fitness, and eating right, and just being able to live that balanced, healthy life as we continue to build our businesses and our brands. So please connect with her. I mean, I really trust her in this area. Not only does she have knowledge, but she also lives what she also speaks about. So that way you can just see it in her daily posts. If you're in our groups, you'll definitely be able to see her posts as well. She's really very, very passionate about us being healthy, very passionate about us being able to definitely feel comfortable and confident in our appearance. And women, as you know, that's the first thing we, show up when we show up to anywhere, in our business. So that being said, I want you to, if you can, Coach Peoples, can you share one last thing, statement or any takeaways that you want to share as far as with us that we can leave with?
I feel that okay, so a couple of things. A lot of mistakes people make when they want to lose weight is that they go, oh, right, so I won't eat anything during the day. I'm just going to be busy, drink coffee, starve myself. And then in the evening, they eat a heavy meal. And then what happens is this, they don't give their bodies time to digest, the stomach time to digest, because then they go straight to sleep, which disrupts their sleep and is a recipe for weight gain. And they think, oh, but I've eaten less. I'm not eating anything during the day. So another trick is to front load. So you eat a big breakfast, a reasonable size lunch, and a small dinner. So basically, lots of protein, healthy fats, and fiber. And that way you can balance your blood sugar. And my other takeaway, apologize if that's quite detailed, but just eat more during the day, really. But the other takeaway is there's a lot of drugs out there like GL1 and all these injections. And there's horrible side effects, and it's preventing people from actually wanting to eat. And I just want people to know that even when we get older, perhaps what didn't work in our 20s, you might think that's not working now, but there is a way to get healthier through eating food, exercise. You don't have to rely on these injections and other ways to look great.
Awesome. That being said, I definitely, and you're totally right, because when we think about it, we're like, okay, maybe I won't eat so late. But I think it's like, from listening to it, sounds like it's a combination of both what we eat and when we eat it. And, and then on top of that, our mindset. So that means I would challenge anyone listening to this broadcast, take your questions, your concerns, and DM Coach Peoples and let her be able to answer them. So that way you're not doing too much of one thing and you should be focused on the other thing. The fact is that we want to achieve that perfect fit so we can definitely put on that perfect outfit that's going to make us feel very confident in what we do. And so we deserve it because, again, we work so hard in our businesses. So without further ado, I want to say thank you so much, Coach Peoples, for taking the time out to come on to this broadcast. I know you're international, so I do appreciate the time that you take to come on to this broadcast every time and give us resources and tools to help us to continue to live that healthy lifestyle. Again, I'm your host, Sunshine Fullenwinder, CEO and founder of Market Her Brand, a women global speaking organization for women entrepreneurs to share about their business, their passion, and their purpose, and most of all, to share about the love for what they do for the people they do it for. Please keep connected with us at marketherbrand.com. Until next time, we want to say you all have a wonderful day. Thank you, Coach Peoples, for coming onto the platform. We look forward to having you again. And everybody have a great morning and a great day.